Om Namah Shivaya, Asanist Fire here on the Way of Dharma. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you do subscribe. If you are a returning viewer, please make sure that you do subscribe. And welcome to everyone. Please make sure that you like the video and hit the comment section if you have any questions. Our topic for today, we are going to talk about the mysterious planet or the mysterious graha, the moon, which is Chandra. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you, and I'd like to honor the graha Chandra before we go even further. Om Chandraya Namaha, Om Somaya Namaha, Om Chandraya Namaha, Om Somaya Namaha, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So our topic for today, we are going to talk about the moon and how it influences our psychology and mental health, and what we can do to vitalize or further strengthen the planet moon inside of us. Remember when I told you that we have all the elements of creation inside of us? We have all the elements of the universe inside of us. So moons and stars are included in our DNA makeup. So when you are born, when a person is born, certain energies and influencing factors are at play. So you find that in certain areas of life you are deficient. So you may be deficient in such minerals, which are the moon. So if you have a weak moon or you have too much moon energy, please make sure that you do listen to the video, and I hope you can derive benefit from it. It's been long since we've spoken, and I'm sorry for that. Yes, but now we're back on track. Happy 2023 to everyone, and thank you. Let's go in. So the moon, what is in actuality the moon? The moon is that satellite object that you may see in the sky at night, basically at certain times of the month. Okay, so remember that I told you that every planet, every human being, every living thing in the universe has been created as a gatherer of information. We are basically the interpretation of the creator. Each and every one of us is a certain interpretation of creation, sending information back to the creator or the Godhead. So that's what I mean basically. So we are different interpretations of reality, sending back to the creator information. So the moon is one of the satellites. The moon is no exception in this, of course. So the moon has a greater influence on our planet and us. The moon is responsible for the moving of the ocean. Its gravitational force has an impact on the ocean to a point whereby the ocean or the seas tides become steeper and become wild during certain times of the month. The moon is being used to count time monthly, basically. The moon is a polar opposite of the sun. Remember, the sun has solar, strong, muscular energy. The moon is the complete opposite. It has lunar, feminine energy. So the moon having its impact on the ocean, guess what else has its influence from the moon? Human beings. At certain times of the month, you find that thinking patterns of the humans are different. Mahashivaratri, I think, has to do with the energy of the moon. I think so. So there's a night of Shiva in the beginning of the year, every year, around April, sometimes March. You have to stay up all night to get the energy of the moon to rise, basically, or the energy of Kundalini to rise. I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry if I made any mistakes. But yes, the moon has an influence on humanity. At certain times of the month, you find that the moon has an influence on your mind, basically. For those of you who have a strong Mercury, or for those of you who have a number 5, like me, the moon is your enemy, basically, because Mercury is the only planet that's in conflict with the moon. Let me pause this. Those of you guys who have a strong Mercury, you are numbers 5. Mercury is the only planet that's in conflict with the moon. Mercury seems to be getting along with most people, or most planets, or most grahs, but it is not getting along very well with the moon. I don't know why. I haven't read much upon it, but this is what I've discovered from my introspection. During times of the night, the mind races so much that sometimes if I think too much, if I'm not very consistent in my sadhana, I get to have panic attacks, and it's a very, very terrible experience. And I'm not sure one can live and enjoy life like that. You end up eating antidepressants, those kind of pills, and you end up living in such a way whereby your mind sabotages you, basically. So let's take it back to the moon. What exactly is the moon? The moon is Chandra Deva, the grah in Hinduism, or Vedic astrology. The grah is the second grah in our solar system, meaning the second planet in our solar system. What does it correspond or correlate to? It correlates and corresponds to the number 2, all right, in numerology. All right, so now we move further. What are the characteristics of Chandra Deva? Chandra Deva has cooling effects, has characteristics of beauty, has characteristics of intensifying your magic, has characteristics of having control over the mind, having mind power. Basically, that's Chandra Deva. Chandra Deva had so many wives at some point, and he only gave attention to one of the daughters of Daksha, and the others were complaining to Daksha. So Daksha put a curse on Chandra Deva. Chandra Deva wasn't able to live long or live forever. Chandra Deva was cursed to die each and every month, basically. So this is why you see the waning and the waxing of the moon, basically. So it's the curse of Daksha upon Chandra. They cursed Chandra to dissipate or to die. But instead, Chandra went and did Mahadeva sadhana, meaning the sadhana of Lord Shiva. And then when he did that, that's where the curse was modified to actually make his presence upon the earth and influence upon the earth, at least on certain times of the month. Alright, so that's the waxing of the moon, the accumulation period of the moon. So we go back to the waning period. The waning period is when the moon is actually dissipating. So what is the advantage of the moon? The moon is very, very broad and is very, very powerful in terms of a magical power and an energy enhancer in your spells. During times of the waning moon, seeing that the moon is dissipating or waning, and guys, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I meet people that listen to my channel. I meet people that I've spoken to before in occult groups at school. Guys, I'm grateful. Shout out to Mitsuki. Shout out to Vlado Dracul, the Dracula. You know yourself, bruh. Yes. So I shout you out, and I'm grateful that I come across you guys and you reignite the passion inside of me to actually do this and spread this knowledge. So we go back to the waning phase of the moon. Waning phase, in that you see that the energy of the moon is dissipating. This is where you are going to perform rituals of stopping or reversing black magic. You stop things from going on. You cut cycles of your past. You cut things that would tie you and bind you to a life of misery, basically. And then you come back to the waxing phase of the moon, the accumulation period of the moon. That's where you build up energy, you enhance each and every spell that you want to enhance, basically. You want manifestations to happen fast, you do rituals on that time of the month. Guys, I'm compiling a booklet, an ebook, whereby I'll share some of the chaos magic tools and rituals that you may perform to have results, beautiful results, basically, each and every moon, each and every time of the month, basically. Yes, that's what will gear you up, and I'm expecting you guys to go in, comment, and ask about the ebook and actually purchase. For those of you who are international, guys, the ebook will be about a few dollars, US dollars, but I'll confirm that once I'm done with it. So this ebook, basically, I'm going to compile it in such a way whereby I simplify the chaos magic, and I actually do what, uh, I simplify the chaos magic, and I make it understandable and practical, even more so. You understand? Even when it's already practical and simple, I simplify it even more because I have the ability to explain and dissect information to whereby it can suit each and every one of you. So yes, guys, the waxing phase of the moon, that's when you intensify or put more energy into your spells for faster manifestation. I remember when I was starting out, I used to like that waxing phase of the moon because I used to fire and charge some sigils, and I used to do some rituals perfecto. So, and I used to have like spontaneous uh, results, basically. So yes, guys, Chandra Deva is so powerful, having a very powerful influence in our psychology and in our magical practice. So now we go back to strengthening Chandra Deva inside of us. Remember, I told you that we have the sun and the moon and the stars inside of us, basically. So we have both, and all the other grahas, 9 of them, basically. The left side of the body belongs to the right side of the brain, basically. So it goes like this. So when you do exercises on your left, you are actually strengthening your right brain. Right brain corresponds to what? To the moon, the graha Chandra. And then the right side of the body corresponds to the left brain, logic, muscular energy. So this side belongs to Chandra Deva. When you do pranayam, you are exercising and strengthening Chandra Deva. There's some asanas that you can do on the side to strengthen Chandra Deva. So guys, when you balance the two opposite doing the yoga, you bring about equilibrium into your nervous system, thereby bringing balance and union inside of I and I mind. Because if you do too much moon exercises, you start to lose your mind because you become so introverted to a point whereby you don't even speak out, you don't even focus on the external world anymore. So now you want to be an aghori baba. So yes, guys, that's where you go wrong. So when you strengthen internally the moon, that's what you basically do. You introvert yourself and you balance the sun and the moon inside of you. That's what's important. Mercury is a conflicting planet or graha with the moon. You have to be very, very careful when you are a Mercury dominant person. And number 5, a Gemini. You should be careful and work to strengthen the moon. So the moon can also get you the girl of your dreams, Because why? The moon in some texts is in actuality a Gandharva. What is a Gandharva? The man over there who has the arrow, who is Kamadeva, is also a Gandharva. Guys, some of you might notice that I'm beautiful, I'm handsome. Yes, guys. A Gandharva would be a good example of me, basically. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to do that, but yes, guys. A Gandharva is a group of celestial beings who are responsible for music, for dance, and the arts of enchanting, or rather, winning the hearts of women. They are said to be handsome and very, very charming, basically, having a charming personality and all that stuff. So, going back to the number five is also enchanting, and people who have a psychic or a character number of number five tend to be more attractive, you understand, even if it's not facial attractive. It's a certain energy around them that magnetizes and attracts each and every one of them, basically the enchanter. Basically, you see why now you have to balance your moon. You become more attractive and more enchanting when you are a number five, and you also have to strengthen it even though you are not a number five, to make sure that you are more enchanting. You bring that energy of enchantment. So Chandra Deva is a Gandharva. You will get the girl of your dreams. The moon also will give you prosperity, will give you bliss. When you start to balance your mind, to bring it to a state of equilibrium and yoga, what happens then? You are able to secrete from your pineal gland a substance which is called soma. You live in bliss, basically. I've noticed such things to happen, whereby you are so sad to a point whereby you become introverted, and then you actually get addicted to that sadness because you have a certain bliss inside of you that comes from Ayana moon. There's bliss in pain. Uh, even if it sounds like an oxymoron, but it's so. So yes, guys, soma uh, can be derived from a moon. From the moon, you get bliss, basically. That's why Mahadeva has a moon over there, because he is a what? He was impressed of the moon's sadhana, uh, the devotion that the moon gave to him, basically. So now he wears it as an ornament, basically, as to prove that the moon was one of his devout devotees, basically. So yes, guys, you balance the moon and the sun, you bring equilibrium. You do too much moon sadhana, you start to lose your mind, become introverted if you are not strong enough. Chandra Vijnana Tantra is something that we have to look into. I've never come across a book going deeper into Chandra Vijnana, but there is strength in the moon, strength in intensifying your magic via way of moon, and strength in maintaining balance and equilibrium in between the two grahas, which is the sun and the moon. Yes, so guys, this is what I wanted to discuss with you. The mantras that can be chanted for the moon, the bija mantras, that is Shram, Shrim, Shraum, Shraha, and then you can chant the bija mantra Om Shram Shrim Shraum Saha Chandramase Namaha, Om Som Somaya Namaha, Om Chandraya Namaha, Om Somaya Namaha, and many more can be googled or checked in the Way of Dharma channel, and more will be supplied. And how you would chant them is how you would hear them from the actual chants from the Way of Dharma. There's a namaskara, a series of asanas that were devised compiled to actually strengthen the moon inside of you, which is called Chandra Namaskara. For Surya Namaskara, you have sun salutation poses. For Chandra Namaskara, we have moon salutation poses. The moon salutation poses differs from from Surya Namaskara in what way? In Surya Namaskara, this side, the right side, is focused upon more. Why? Because it strengthens the left brain and the physical energy, which is the solar energy, the muscular energy. And then this Chandra Namaskara is done you utilizing the left side of the body, strengthening the right brain and spirituality. And also there's a asana, I think it's Ashwa Sanchalasana, which is the asana of the moon, if I'm not wrong. Yes, then you go like, and then you strengthen the moon. Also, other ways to strengthen the moon would be to get a silver bracelet, to place it on the left side, strengthening the right brain, and then it having a cooling effect in your psyche and psychology. So yes guys, for the sun you may find or procure a what is it, brass? Yes, a brass bracelet. Also this can be used, I use it on the right hand because it vitalizes me, but in actuality it's a copper. I use it for Venus energy, and I use it for vitalizing and energizing myself so that I don't get tired easily and I charge myself basically. But in actuality, Venus is feminine, and it's feminine energy. The logical thing would be to put it on the left arm basically. So yes guys, this is what I wanted to discuss with you today. Please make sure you read upon the moon and the subtle characteristics of the moon and how they would influence your psychology. Go deeper than I've described in the video, and make sure that you come up with something entirely shocking and entirely enriching for each and every one of us. If you found something, please make sure that you do comment in the comment section and share what you know about Chandra Deva. Yes, especially you guys from India, please make sure that you share what you know about Chandra Deva and many of the secrets of Chandra Tantra, if there is such a Tantra. And please make sure that you do subscribe to those of you who are new. Returning viewers who are not subscribing, please make sure that you do subscribe, guys. We are at the threshold of hitting 1,000 subscribers. We are just there. Please make it happen. It has happened in the beginning, to at least reach 100 subscribers. Now we are at the threshold of reaching 1,000 subscribers. It is possible all because of you guys. The guy who is busy calling me a gorilla in the comments, thank you for subscribing. Please make sure you get some more of the other races guys to subscribe so that you can reach 1,000 subscribers. I don't need anything from you, just those comments and engagement in the videos to make sure that you support and promote this channel. Om Namah Shivaya. This is Arsonist Fire here on The Way of Dharma. Thank you.